Hello, everybody. Mhm. My name is Jan. I'm in your class and everything. For this module reflection, I want to talk about the hydrometric distribution and why it's so important from the binomial dispr- distribution that we usually see. Sorry about that. Um, the key difference between the two is all about independence. And in a binomial distribution, the probability of a success stays the same for every trial. It's like flipping a coin. But in a hydrogeometric distribution, we are sampling with our replacement. Basically, this means that every time we pick something, the total number of items change. So does our chance of success for the next one. Think about it like gambling. Pretty much, it's just gambling. In my own two words. My little cousins up. My little two words. It's just gambling, pretty much. I saw this on National doing a card game with my family last weekend. I needed to draw an ace from the deck to win. At the start, my chances was 4 out of 52 because I got exactly 4 cards out of 52. And my brother and sister also drew, and before me, and they didn't get an ace. And that means my chance got better because I have less cards. There's less amount of cards in there that are aces now, so my chances went up. Let's connect to assignment of question 4 because that is what we're dealing with. Sorry about that. So because where we had 11 balls, we're picking 4 without putting them back. Because we don't replace them, you have to use the hydrometric formula to get the right answer. It shows in real life like drawing cards or picking samples for a study. The odds are constantly shifting. You gotta know exactly what you have. Pretty much most card games, let's say even Uno for instance, somebody doesn't have a +4, then you're like your opponents have a +4. The chance of them getting a +4 will increase because you're like, okay, if everybody didn't get a +4, the next card could be a +4. So let's say you had exactly 60 cards. Now, if your chances were 4 out of 50 and everybody drew, it will be now 8 out of 50. Yeah, I'm getting a bit confused, but even for me, it was a bit confusing. But I hope you understand it. The difference, I hope you realize that nothing is really random per se. At the end of the day, the randomness itself is a probability which you're gonna get or you're not gonna get. And thank you very much. I look forward to hearing from your insight as well. And good luck. Peace out.